Today, I wanted to talk about navigating and using the freemium editor. Let's start with the asterisk beside a checkbox. This asterisk means that before you enable the checkbox, you will need to download a third-party utility or you will need to install a Unity plugin. In the case of Unity ads, there's a warning message here telling you how to install Unity ads. In these cases, if you check the box before you install the appropriate SDK or plugin, then you will get compiler errors. The next thing I want to talk about is that on nearly every screen is a link to a YouTube video giving you details about the functionality of that screen. Each button will take you to a unique video for that screen. The next thing I want to talk about is the help and tips. At the top of most every screen, you will see this help and tips. This will give you information about the screen, and in this case, social media supports these replaceable tags. Here you see game name, and here you see score. So it's typically curly bracket, percent, a word, percent, close curly bracket. And in this case, the help and tip explains that all title, message, and body fields here in social media support these replaceable terms, and it explains what each one is and what will happen if you use it. Another great example is the case where the particular thing has examples in source code. For collectibles, where to find the example code for crafting, the example code for equipping and unequipping items, and example code for managing your inventory. These can also link to things that help you out with an individual message. So in this particular case, Quest Criteria has a number of different options here, and the help and tips will sometimes explain what each one of these mean, and if it's unusual or requires special setup, it will link to source code that shows you how it's done. The next thing I want to talk about are the pop-up tips. So at the end of almost every control, you will see this little question mark. If you hover your mouse over it, there will be a pop-up tip that explains what this control does. A great example would be here in purchase, where you get to choose the item's location and your choices are local and remote. Put your mouse here and it'll tell you what both local and remote mean. Another example is here with currency type, where you have a choice between free, coins, gems, cash, and ads. Most of these are pretty clear, but what exactly is cash? So you put your mouse over here and it explains to you what each of them actually means. In cases where you are required to go to an outside resource to get data or to set something up, I give you a button that will take you directly there. You'll often see the open URL or the connect to the store or open the dashboard. Let's talk about navigation. When you open up multiple tabs, for instance, when you're in collections, each individual editor will open its own tab. So when I click open editor, you can see it opened a new tab at the top of the screen. You can easily navigate back and forth, or if you wish to close this editor and return back to the home screen, click home. So if you click the button, you'll return back to where you started. On screens where you can add multiple items and you are in control of how many you add, there will always be an add new button that increases the list. It will usually copy the existing one, and then you simply change it to whatever you want for that item. If you decide you don't want one, then you click the trash can. At the bottom here, we have a help telling you what each of these buttons mean. So to add a new purchasable item, click the green button. Your new addition will always appear at the very bottom, so it'll be the last item. If you wish to copy an existing item so that you can have a clone to make a few modifications of, select the item you want to copy and then click the copy button. This will create a new copy at the bottom of the list. The up and down arrows allow you to move an individual item up and down in the list. The order is only for your viewing convenience and does not make a difference in the game. The last icon, the trash can, will delete the selected item, but you will be prompted first, so you won't automatically just delete. So box pops up telling you the one you've clicked on and asking if you want to continue or cancel. In this case, I'm canceling. This filters the list down so that you can make it more manageable. So let's say I'm only looking for purchase of gems. So I type gems in here and it narrows the list down to just these. This red button here clears the filter and takes you back to the full list. You have a similar filter in rewards. If I'm looking for potions, then I can just start typing in potions. If you've assigned tags to these, you can also look them up by the tag that.